Hello everyone, welcome to my channel What I Think of. So today I'm going to review UFC Fight Night between Kathleen Vieira and Misha Tate. This event happened on Saturday 20th November. So I will start by reviewing the main event. So the first bout in the main event was a bantamweight bout between Davy Grant from UK and Adrian Yanez from US. It was a split decision won by Adrian Yanez, and the reason was simple. His opponent Davy Grant missed a lot of shots, especially in the first round. Davy Grant missed many. I mean, it's a typical example of an athlete throwing wild swings at his opponent and just altogether missing. It looks bad, really, when you have a wild swing either with your arm or either with your leg and you miss, you look bad. And on the other hand, Adrian Yanez's jab was absolutely brilliant. It was on the mark, 99% of times I believe Adrian Yanez's jab kept on landing, and so much so he won easily. So that was the main story. Davy Grant kept on missing. In the first and last round, he missed a lot. And even though Adrian Yanez hardly, swung that much hard at all because he knew my jab is special. Adrian Yanez has really perfected his jab. Wow. In the end, it was a split decision, but I don't know. The match to me was 3-0 to Adrian Yanez. Davy Grant, I don't know. I don't know whether he won even a single round. I think he lost all three, but I don't know. Judges, after all, are human beings, just like us. Okay, the next bout in the main event was a bantamweight bout between Rani Yahya from Brazil and Kyung Ho Kang from South Korea. This bout was the story of somebody having so good of a grappling game, so good of a ground game, so good in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu art, even though you might be not that much expert, not that much good in other aspects, like boxing and kicking, but you are so good in your grappling ground game that you could win any bout any day. And that was the story of Rani Yaya. What an experienced fighter, what a specialist grappler he is. The first round he almost, yes, not even almost, he actually lost the first round. He was down, he got a lot of vicious shots, punches from Kyung Ho Kong. But in the second round, he took down Kyung Ho Kong. And in the third round also, once you know that a guy like Rani Yaya will take his enemy down, and you would know that for the rest of the rounds he would dominate. So once he took down Kyung Ho Kong, he made sure that he stayed either on the top, or even if he's down, he would put what you call it body triangle, while you are down. So he never actually allowed Kyung Ho Kong to, get off his grapple. His grappling is so good. So another thing I've noticed, Kyung Ho Kong really has a bad takedown defense. I just get the idea that if you are even just a reasonable grappler, you can easily take him down. Kyung Ho Kong has a very good punching boxing game, but he doesn't have a good takedown defense game. So an experienced player like Rani Yaya is 37 years old. So that goes to show you how many matches he has been in. So a lot of experience, a lot of skill. Even though first round he got almost knocked out or about to really get stunned, he came back in second and third round and won rather easily. Yes. So the next bout was a women flyweight bout between Joanne Wood, number 5 contender, and Tyla Tayla Santos, number 10 contender. Before the fight, Tayla Santos, being the number 10 contender, was I think it was minus 370 favorite over number 5 seed Joanne Wood. That goes to show you what the result of this bout is going to be, and that exactly what happened. At 4 minutes and 49 seconds, she put a rear naked choke on Joanne Wood and won easily. Just 11 seconds were remaining in the first round, and she got it. This Tayla Santos will go very far. That's what I believe. She is a very good fighter. She seems to be. And she looked also absolutely fit. Absolutely fit. And Joanne Wood, whenever she's now an experienced fighter, but whenever I see Joanne Wood, I just get the idea, no offense, but I just always get an impression from her that she will always remain between number 5 to number 15. I mean, she could never go up number 5 rank. That's what I always get the idea. So, but all in all, Tayla Santos, just when the first round was about to end, she landed some really good punches on Joanne Wood. And Joanne Wood fell down. Or should I say, she was stunned and went down. Tayla Santos grabbed the opportunity and grabbed her. And in the end, she won by a rear naked choke. Easy win for Tayla Santos. So Tayla Santos is a force to reckon with. So now it's time for the co-main event of the evening in Bruce Buffer words. So the co-main event of the evening was a welterweight bout between Michael Chiesa, number 6 contender, and Sean Brady, number 14 contender. It was a good match. Sean Brady won. Why he won? In all of the 3 rounds, he got a takedown over Michael Chiesa. Michael Chiesa's own grappling game is known to be very good, but still Sean Brady came into this match and dominated the grappling game over Michael Chiesa. And Sean Brady continued his takedowns to the end of the rounds. Once you take down your opponent and you continue that takedown position till the end of the round, he did that in all 3 rounds, so definitely you are going to win. And Michael Chiesa actually got his own takedown in the final moments of the last round. And he landed some punches, some shots on the Sean Brady. But the amount of good work which Sean Brady did in the first 2 rounds and the majority of the 3rd round in terms of taking down, in terms of grappling game, that actually sealed the win for Sean Brady. It was a good match. And another thing, in this match, both these fighters, while the match was going on, they talked to each other. And DC said, I don't like to talk to my opponent while the fight is going on, while the match is going on. Of course, I would also agree to some extent with DC that while a mixed martial match is going on, and it is a fight, you beat the other person, why would you have a laughing chat, a chit chat with your opponent? But it added some spice to this match that both of these fighters, Michael Chiesa and Sean Brady, were talking to each other, in all 3 rounds perhaps. Means to say that both of them were having good time. And Michael Chiesa being the 6th contender, and for Sean Brady to come to this match and beating from being a 14 seed to beat a number 6 seed, that is some win. That win will certainly take Sean Brady, I believe, to top 10 easily now. Yeah. So it was a good co-main event of the evening. So now it's time for the main event of the evening in Bruce Buffer words, and it is women bantamweight bout between number 7 contender Ketlen Vieira and number 8 contender Miesha Tate. The match went to 5 rounds, And in the end, it was a unanimous decision for the Caitlin Vieira. She won. But it was not that of an easy win for Caitlin Vieira. I should highly praise the performance given by Misha Tate. Caitlin Vieira being so big fighter, she is size wise bigger than Misha Tate. Caitlin Vieira is an exceptionally good fighter. To put up that show, speaks volume of Misha Tate. She did amazingly well, I would say. Even though it was not enough for her to win, Misha Tate is one of the most experienced fighters in MMA history. She was former Strikeforce champion, former UFC champion. So she knows everything. She has a lot of experience. And she showed here how experienced and how good of a fighter she is, Misha Tate. I think she did her best. She put up perhaps one of the best fights in her whole career. She wanted, Misha Tate came into this match absolutely wanting to win. I think she was obsessed to win. She was so fully prepared. But you know what? She lacks just by a tiny margin, I would say, in the talent, against her opponent, Caitlin Vieira. Why I would say that? Because Caitlin Vieira did not put that fight which she is perfectly capable of. What Caitlin Vieira did, even though she won, pats on her back, good job, whatever. Of course, she got the job done at the end of the day. But two major faults, being a layman of MMA, I recognize two major faults in Caitlin Vieira's game. One, in this particular whole match against Misha Tate, Caitlin Vieira all the time stayed on her back foot. She did not move forward at all. She landed punches. She did basically the boxing game while staying firm on her back foot. She just was not, willing to move forward. And her coach kept on asking her to move forward. No takedown, no attempts of takedown. Just do boxing and move forward. But she stayed on her back foot all the time. This basically allowed Misha Tate to move forward. And trying to take down, Misha did try to take down Caitlin a lot of times, and one or two times she did succeed also. And another fault in Caitlin Vieira's game, 99% of the match she did only one thing, just boxing. Jabs, jabs, punch, very few, very, very occasional, leg kicks. That's all. On the other hand, Misha Tate put up an all round fight. She did do boxing, she landed jabs, punch, she landed some kicks. She also tried a lot of attempts to take Caitlin Vieira down, and it was an all round performance. What you call a mixed martial arts. A mixed martial arts is a mix of so many martial arts techniques. So, I would say Caitlin Vieira did not do justice to her own self. She could have won rather in 3 rounds. Had she done one, move forward, trying to attack in a full way, not just reserving herself, and two, had she put up a variety of shots. Her coach, who am I to, question her coach? But her coach told her to just do boxing. Okay, it is not a bad strategy against someone like Misha Tate, who is very good in the ground grappling takedown game. But sometimes you have to change the level of the game. Caitlin Vieira just did not change the level of the game at all. So, but still she won. Why? She is so good of a fighter. Her punches are so powerful. Her jabs are also so powerful, and to the point that Misha Tate, had just was not able to beat her. if Caitlin Vieira faces someone like the great Amanda Nunes, she will have a tough time. I call Amanda Nunes a female Balrog of UFC. She is actually like that. But I call her the female version of Justin Gaethje, the female version of Balrog of Street Fighter, Amanda Nunes. But Caitlyn should improve her game. One, going forward, attacking in a positive way, not just staying on the back foot, just staying on the backside. That is not the way for her to move forward in the UFC. And two, not just become one trick pony like boxing. I heard that Caitlin Vieira does have a rather decent grappling game. She should have done that, or she should have at least, okay, her coach said don't do takedown at all. But then what about the kicks? No leg kick at all, perhaps just one leg kick she landed on Misha Tate, if I can remember. Wow. That goes to show you that how much good of a boxer Caitlin Vieira is, that it was not her best performance and still she was able to beat so much experienced fighter like Misha Tate. So this was my review of main event of UFC Fight Night, Caitlin Vieira versus Misha Tate. I'm out of here. Adios.